guys, I kind of consider myself like a channel that mostly does reacting. I don't know, like I don't really have a main topic, but I'm just gonna be reacting to some random YouTube stuff, I guess. I'm just gonna be reacting to some random YouTube stuff, so I'm gonna search up just some TPS. It's heavy with my rings on, but TPS 1.8 18 million subscribers. Their most okay. So his last video was made 17 hours ago. It was still up. I'm putting this on mute because I don't want to have to do a bunch of stuff. Okay. So TPS, TotalSports.com. Make videos about the NFL mainly, and sometimes about everything else. Enjoy your top 10 and enjoy your top 10's NFL power rankings. Interesting. 1.18 million subscribers. You guys should subscribe to him. 10 NFL stars. This was made 18 hours ago. 10 NFL stars who messed up at the wrong time. 21,000 views 18 hours ago. It was new. Subscribe. It says what a big. If you're new, subscribe. Okay, let's see this.
Try killing bugs.
Let's see this.
Not the other way. Zevo traps use light, not odors or chemical insecticide.
TPS.
It's to attract and trap flying insects. They work continuously, so you don't have to. Zevo, people friendly, not deadly. The Wells Fargo Active Cash Card. Earn 2% cash back on what you want, like catching the latest foreign film. And need, like new glasses.
It doesn't matter how good you are, you're gonna mess up eventually.
Favre sprints to his right, throws back across the middle, and he...
So, Favre, you guys should know this if you're an NFL fan, but if you don't, you should obviously know this if you're an actual NFL fan. Brett Favre has the most career interceptions from a QB. He has like 330 something. He has a yacht. I mean, too much. He would just throw it up. You wouldn't even care about if it was going to be an interception or not. He just threw it up, to be honest, though.
No matter how great an NFL player a team is, it's important to remember this. You win some, and you lose some. Let's dive into 10 instances where a big-name NFL star messed up at the wrong time. Russell Wilson in Super Bowl.
Okay, yeah. He just like, I will never understand what the Seahawks were trying to accomplish on that play. They have Marshawn Lynch in the backfield. They could have just run it, scored a game winner. Russell Wilson wanted to throw. He wanted to obviously add to his stats, make the hero. Just don't be the hero in that situation. Just do what would win your team. Actually, guys, I would not be the person to say that. I would be the selfish one in that situation. I'd be the one QB trying for the game winner.
There are countless what ifs in the history of the NFL, but the whole what if Seattle handed the ball to Marshawn Lynch thing in Super Bowl 49 is truly in its own class. You all know the story by now.
Brady, the comeback king he is, would he just drive down the field and score a game-winning field goal? Oh, weren't they only up by like 2 at that time though? So like it would have been basically impossible. Before.
On first and goal, Lynch was tackled half a yard short of the goal line. As the clock dwindled, Patriots head coach Bill Belichick.
They could have got like the game-winning or game-tying field goal if they got a touchdown. I mean, that would be crazy, but I mean, they could. I mean, if they scored a touchdown, well, that would basically, they'd have to have like, I forgot how many times out did they have. But they only had like 20 seconds to work with, so.
It doesn't matter how good you are.
Honestly, Super Bowl MVP honestly should have gone to Malcolm Butler. I don't care. For that game-winning play, he probably should have gotten it.
Gonna mess up eventually.
Favre sprints to his right, throws back across the middle, and he's intercepted. Porter.
No matter how great an NFL player a team is, it's important to remember this. You win some, you lose some.
Okay, Tom Brady, 7 Super Bowl rings. He old though.
Let's dive into 10 instances where a big-named NFL star messed up at the wrong time. Russell Wilson in Super Bowl 49. There are countless what-ifs in the history of the NFL, but the whole what-if Seattle handed the ball to Marshawn Lynch thing in Super Bowl 49 is truly in its own class. You all know the story by now. A jaw-dropping Jermaine Kearse catch late in the game had Seattle in position to repeat as Super Bowl champions. On first and goal, Lynch was tackled half a yard short of the goal line. As the clock dwindled, Patriots head coach Bill Belichick curiously decided to save his timeouts. Pete Carroll, meanwhile, inexplicably called for Wilson to throw a slant to Ricardo Lockett at the 1-yard line, but rookie corner Malcolm Butler read the play and picked it off. Calling a pass play was ridiculous enough to begin with, but Wilson totally screwed up by throwing it in the one spot where Butler would be able to pick it off. That costly gaffe ended Seattle's chances at a second straight championship. And it marked the beginning of the end of this club that had aspirations of creating a dynasty. The locker room morale was just never the same. If Wilson didn't commit the worst mistake of his playing career at the worst possible time, who knows how many more rings the Seahawks could have won with that core. Brett Favre in 2009 NFC Championship game. For all his greatness on the field, perhaps no Super Bowl winning quarterback had more brutal late-game postseason gaffes than Brett Favre. You can't forget the pick.
Brett Favre. And for a QB, you can't really do this for a QB. And that's just it. You can't do this if you're a QB. You do this. You just throw the ball away. It gets intercepted. And then you don't blame yourself. Like in that situation, it's just your fault in that situation. I'll just say that. In that situation, in that exact situation, it's your fault. Alright?
Picking through to Brian Dawkins in overtime of the Green Bay Packers overtime loss to the Philadelphia Eagles in the 2003 NFC Divisional Round. Or his final pass as a Packer. But without a doubt, Favre's absolute worst career mistake came in the 2009 NFC Championship game. Favre led the Minnesota Vikings to that big game against the top-seeded New Orleans Saints. The game was tied 28-all with 19 seconds remaining in the fourth quarter, and many had the ball at the New Orleans 38-yard line. Facing a 3rd and 15 situation, Favre rolled right and committed the cardinal sin of throwing across his body. The ball went right into the waiting hands of Tracy Porter, who saved the Saints' season. The interception was dumb enough to begin with. Rewind that clip, and you can see that Favre had a bunch of room ahead of him to run forward and make the field goal more manageable. But he forgot the basic rules of quarterbacking 101 and cost the Vikings big time. Peyton Manning in Super Bowl 44. The Sheriff won his 4th NFL MVP award in 2009 by completing 68.8% of his pass attempts for 4,500 yards and 3 touchdowns. The Colts clinched football's best record at 14-2 and cruised their way through the AFC Championship. Manning's Colts met Drew Brees' Saints in the big dance, and he jumped out to a 10-0 lead, but a series of blunders, including that botched onside kick recovery to start the second half, opened the door for New Orleans to take the lead. A Breeze touchdown pass to Jeremy Shockey and a successful two-point conversion put the Saints up by a touchdown with 5 minutes 42 seconds remaining. Colts marched
And then Peyton Manning throws an interception. We all know. If you're a football fan, you know.
on the field and faced a 3rd and 5 at the New Orleans 31 with 3 minutes 24 seconds remaining. Manning took the snap and instantly targeted go-to man Reggie Wayne. But Tracy Porter, who ruined Brett Favre's year 2 weeks earlier, did the same thing to Manning. First Favre, then Manning. The 09 season was quite the year for all 10 great QBs to screw up at the worst possible time. The Saints forced a turnover on downs on the ensuing possession, winning 31-17 to clinch their first ever Super Bowl title. And much of it was thanks to a brutal late-game gaffe by Manning. Ernest Biner in 1986.
Yeah, he fumbled. Like, what happened was he was running. He was gonna get a touchdown. Somebody tackled him at the 3-yard line, but he lost the ball. Considered a fumble. He lost the game.
AFC Championship game. Biner was a star running back for both Washington and the Cleveland Browns. He was on the legendary 91 Washington squad that rose to a Super Bowl 26 championship. Unfortunately, Biner is best known for his unforgettable blunder in the 1987 AFC title game.
Yeah, that's kind of sad though, because he was actually kind of Hall of Fame worthy player, but now his legacy is gonna be worse than it would be because of that one fumble.
John Elway's head to the Browns. The Browns were trailing 38-31 with a minute and 12 seconds remaining. Facing a 2nd and 5 situation at the Denver's 8-yard line, quarterback Bernie Kosar handed the ball off to Cleveland's star running back. Biner rushed to the left and looked poised to reach the end zone, only to be stripped of the football by Jeremiah Castile near the 3-yard line. The Broncos recovered the football and melted most of the clock. They conceded a safety and held on for a 38-33 win. Honestly, Biner's fumble pretty much sums up the whole history of the Browns.
I mean, he's not wrong though. I mean, that is the history of the Browns. Don't-
Get ready to run over Lily. I pull the ball in, get ready to lower my shoulder so I can run over Lily. Fumble. How do you heal from that?
Wes Welker in Super Bowl 46. Welker was one of the NFL's premier wide receivers during the 6-year run with the Patriots, which spanned from 2007 to 2012. The Patriots reached 2 Super Bowls in that span, both losses to the New York Giants. Welker, of course, YouTube.
Okay, I was born in 2014. You guys probably know that. I've already probably said it in a video before. But even I knew Wes Welker was like, he was great in there.
$100 off.
He was great in the regular season, but once when the playoffs started, he was a different person. He was definitely he was he was interesting in that
Wes Welker in Super Bowl 46. Welker was one of the NFL's premier wide receivers during the 6-year run with the Patriots, which spanned from 2007 to 2012. The Patriots reached 2 Super Bowls in that span, both losses to the New York Giants. Welker, of course, wasn't at fault for the team's heartbreaking Super Bowl 42 loss to the Giants, which ended their bid of a perfect season. He led all receivers in the big game.
Okay, hear me out. He was great in most of the games he played in, with that one Super Bowl, I will never forget. That one Super Bowl, I will never forget.
Catches for 103 yards after all. Now, Super Bowl 46, on the other hand, well, that marked the game that Welker would surely like to have back. New England led 17-15 with 4 minutes remaining. New York had just 1 timeout remaining, so a couple more first downs would have iced the game for the Patriots. On 2nd and 11, Tom Brady spotted a wide-open Welker inside the Giants' 25-yard line. The short-handed receiver somehow failed to corral it. The Giants forced a punt 2 plays later, and you know what happened next. Eli Manning finds Mario Manningham for an all-time unforgettable sideline catch to get the drive started. Ahmad Bradshaw scores the go-ahead touchdown with 57 seconds remaining, and then the Giants' defense holds for a 21-17 win. Welker was Brady's go-to man for half a decade, almost never dropping those easy catches. But man, he sure picked the worst possible time to mess that up. Patrick Mahomes in 2021 AFC Championship game. The Kansas City Chiefs jumped out to a 21-3 lead over Joe Burrow's Cincinnati Bengals in the 2021 AFC Championship game. The Bengals got a late touchdown before the end of halftime to cut the deficit to 11. It was all Cincinnati in the second half, though. Two Evan McPherson field goals and a Joe Burrow touchdown to Jamar Chase with a successful two-point conversion helped the Bengals build a 27-24 lead late in the fourth. Facing a third-and-goal situation from the Cincy 9, Mahomes got too cute and was strip-sacked by Sam Hubbard. Chiefs guard Joe Thuney bailed out Mahomes by jumping on the loose football. But the Chiefs had to settle for a Harrison Butker field goal to send the game to overtime. The Chiefs got the ball first in the extra frame, and that's when Mahomes committed the biggest mistake of his otherwise all-world career. On third down, Mahomes forced a deep pass to Tyreek Hill in double coverage, and Von Bell made him pay. Set up with great field position, Joe Burrow and the Cincy offense made easy work of the Chiefs team. That set the stage for McPherson to play hero with a 31-yard field goal. On the bright side, the Chiefs would beat Cincinnati in the AFC title rematch a year later and route to a Super Bowl 57 championship. And you know, a little comeuppance never hurts. Tom Brady in Super Bowl 52. You may think that Brandon Graham strip sack on Brady.
Okay. He dropped that one pass. He did a strip sack. The rest of the game, though, he was. If that was the regular season, if he played out all the regular season, he would have been the MVP. He played great that game. He just had that one thing. He just had that. I guess if you consider that drop a really important one, like. Because TBS says it's really important, but I don't really agree with that, so. I mean, dropped it, but like, I am not gonna say that he had a bad game. I do not want to say that. He had a great game. I commented. Brady had a great game. He was just that one drop in that one strip sack on him that he allowed. Otherwise, he was the best player in that game besides Nick Foles. Nick Foles was underrated in that game. I feel like people don't talk about him because of his, he's not. That was like his only good game. Honestly, like that was only his like relevant game after that year. Like that was like his only game. So.
Super Bowl 52 is why the GOAT lands on this list. But no, we're talking about an actual blunder in which the blame is entirely on Brady and no one else. Rewind back to the second quarter. The Patriots.
Which pet wants to come?
Again, how can you blame that entire thing on him? The only reason he didn't get a Super Bowl win is because he allowed that one strip sack and he allowed that and he dropped that. Like, I don't know how you can blame him. He has like 500 passing yards. He had like 400 to 500 passing yards. He had so many passing yards, so many passing touchdowns. You're really gonna blame it on him. He had a great game. It's just unfair to blame him. Like, you can't. Like, that's like me having in a football game 5 sacks and not having a sack on the game-winning play. Like, that would just be it.
With a pivotal third five situation in Philly territory. The Pats call up a trick play in which James White takes a handoff, flips it to Danny Amendola, who then throws it to a wide-open Brady. Nobody even went
nobody even covered him. Like, that's a horrible drop. Even everyone in my class could probably catch that, except maybe 1, 2, or 3. I don't know. Maybe 1, 2, or 3 could. I don't know. Maybe like 2 or 3 people couldn't catch that. I know there's more than 1. I bet there's even more than 1 people that don't even know how to catch a football in my class. But like, almost everybody in my class, in my school, for crying out loud, I bet like half the kindergartners could. But didn't he have an injury with his hand at the same time?
Cover TB12, but he still couldn't haul in the pass. The Patriots proceeded to turn it over on downs, and the Eagles made New England pay with LeGarrette Blount scoring a touchdown to increase the Philly lead. And now, to make Brady's blunder even worse, Eagles QB Nick Foles recorded a
Philly, we all know what that is. If you're a football fan and you don't know what that is, just don't watch my channel, guys. It's like, watch my channel, subscribe to it. Yeah, if you don't know what that is and you're a football fan, are you really a football fan? The Philadelphia Eagles even have a statue of that outside of their stadium.
Special late in the first half.
Okay, Philly. The coach said, the coach of the Eagles, now the coach of the Jaguars, said, "Do you want Philly?" He said, "Yeah." Nick Foles said, "Yeah." The rest is history, but Philly special, yeah.
Oh yeah, the game somehow came down to which QB had the better hands. The Eagles.
Not necessarily. Not necessarily though.
Yeah. The game somehow came down to which QB had the better hands. The Eagles went on to win that game 41-33. If Brady hauls in that pass, there's a good chance.
Exactly. But yeah, exactly. He's had a good chance. It's not like there's 10 seconds left. He's wide open. That would have been a touchdown. That would have been a game-winning touchdown. There's not a 100% chance that would have happened. There's not a 100% chance. So you can't just say that. And also, Tom Brady was the best player in that game. He had, here are Nick Foles' stats: 28 for 43, 474 yards, and 3 touchdowns. Brady was way better in that game. Nick Foles is just way more famous for having a great game because he won. And that was like his only good game with the Eagles after his regular season after Carson Wentz got injured.
New England gets a touchdown and thwarts another scoring drive for the Eagles. You see, kids, even the GOATs have their bad moments at the worst times. Tony Romo in 2006 NFC wildcard round.
Okay. Then he dropped it. He dropped the thing. But why would you put your starting QB? It just doesn't make any sense to me. Like, you put your starting QB, and it's not like your backup QB either. It's like your starting QB is supposed to catch the snap, and then like this. Do you think? In what world does he have? In what world does he have? Has he ever done that? Like, yeah, I have to charge mine right now, but I have to charge my Chromebook right. I have to charge my computer right now. But like, come on, Cowboys, just use your backup.
Zero meaningful playing time in his first 2 years with the Dallas Cowboys, but in the midst of the 2006 season, head coach Bill Parcells decided to give Romo a look over the struggling Drew Bledsoe. Romo won 6 of 10 starts and helped Dallas lock down the number 5 seed in the NFC with a 9-7 record. Their wild card round opponents, the defending NFC champion Seattle Seahawks. Romo and Matt Hasselbeck went back and forth in an epic duel that came down to the very wire. Dallas trailed 21-20 with 4 minutes and 18 seconds remaining, but Romo pieced together a surgical drive to put the Cowboys in position to win. Facing a 4th and 1 at the Seattle.
Oh, actually, I guess he caught it, but he couldn't get it ready for it, so he just started running.
To boot a 19-yard field goal, knowing Seattle would still have over a minute to work with. Worse yet, the Cowboys trusted Romo to hold the snap for kicker Martin Gramatica.
He almost
Romo
got
had
it
so
too.
much experience in doing it as a backup. Well, we all know how that worked out. Jackie Smith in Super Bowl 13. Smith was one of the NFL's first great tight ends, earning 4 second-team All-Pro and 5 Pro Bowl nods during his 15-year tenure with the St. Louis Cardinals. Looking to win a ring late in his career, Smith joined the Tom Landry and Roger Staubach-led Cowboys for the 1978 season. Dallas used Smith for his strong blocking skills, but they would set him up for one last signature moment in Super Bowl 13 against the Pittsburgh Steelers. Trailing by 7 points late in the third quarter, the Cowboys were looking to convert on a pivotal 3rd-and-goal play. Staubach spotted a wide-open Smith for what should have been the easiest reception of his career, but the Hall of Fame tight end dropped it. That would sadly overshadow Smith's otherwise flawless career. The Cowboys had to settle for a field goal there instead of tying the game, and they wound up losing by 4 points. So, Smith's drop was essentially the difference. Gary Anderson in 1998 NFC Champion.
If you're a Vikings fan, just skip over this part of the video.
Look away, Vikings fans, because we know this one probably hurts more than that Brett Favre 2009 NFC Championship fiasco. The 1998 Vikings might be the greatest team to never play in a Super Bowl. Led by Randall Cunningham and the dynamic receiver duo of Randy Moss and Chris Carter, the 98 Vikings scored 556 points, a single-season record that stood for 9 whole years. If that wasn't tough enough for opponents, consider this. Kicker Gary Anderson made all 35 of his field goals and extra points in the regular season. He made both field goal attempts and every extra point in the team's divisional round win over the Arizona Cardinals, too. So the Vikings obviously didn't have to worry about special teams in their NFC Championship clash with the Atlanta Falcons.
Right.
Anderson lined up for a 38-yard kick, which would have all but clinched a ticket.
Yeah, I know. Just stop talking about it. Yeah, just like, at this point, the Vikings fans, as you guys can see, I don't even have my jerseys on. And yes, I said jerseys because I have more than one. I don't even have my jerseys on. I'm a huge Bears fan. It's just like annoying. The Vikings fan just keep bringing it up, keep bringing it up, keep bringing it up.
More heartbreak ensued from there. But which other instances do you...
It's just like, they bring it up like, Vikings fans do not want to say at any point in history that their team has ever lost a single NFL game. They lost a bunch this year. Actually, they didn't. It was but they actually weren't. They actually didn't. They only won. They only won by like 1 score in every single one.